At independence, Ghana's founding president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, recognized the nation's natural resources and the talents of its people as a source of power ready to be unleashed. Cocoa, Ghana's key export earner, was surely on the mind of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah when he spoke of the country's wealth. Ghana's long tradition of growing cocoa stretches back more than a century. The story of Ghana's cocoa industry began in the 1880s when TETTEH returned to Ghana, then Gold Coast, with cocoa beans from his travels in Fernando Po, now Bioko in Equatorial Guinea. Out of TETTEH's cocoa beans emerged Ghana's billion-dollar cocoa industry, which today provides a living for thousands of Ghanaians and significant foreign exchange inflows for the national economy. By 1911, Ghana assumed the position of the world's leading cocoa producer with 41,000 metric tons of the produce. In the early 1920s, Ghana contributed about 40% of the total world cocoa output. Up to the present day, cocoa remains Ghana's second largest export earner, providing employment, livelihoods and financial empowerment for many cocoa farming communities in the Ashanti, Brongahafo, Eastern, Volta, Central and Western regions. Today, Ghana exports over 700,000 metric tons of cocoa and cocoa products with the promise and capacity to do even more. In fact, the government's stated goal is to reach 1 million metric tons by 2011. For decades, the challenge for Ghana, and indeed the bane of many African economies, has been the inability to substantially add value to its agricultural produce, thus ceding the extra revenue associated with local processing to the countries, typically in the West and Asia, where full value is added. Ghana is now realizing the dream of value addition, and cocoa is helping to transform Ghana yet again. Cargill, an American company and one of the largest agro-processing corporations in the world, has established a world-class cocoa processing and exporting facility in Ghana. Located in the Tema Free Trade Zone, this $100 million factory is among the most advanced state-of-the-art facilities of its kind in the world. The factory transforms Ghanaian cocoa beans into a wide range of cocoa products such as cocoa butter and a whole range of cocoa powders of different colors and flavors, thus adding the highest level of value to locally processed cocoa for export. The factory, one of the largest agricultural investments in Ghana's history, represents a significant step forward towards realizing the country's growth agenda. President Mills rightly recognizes the importance of value addition in the agricultural sector as part of the nation's economic growth and rural development agenda.
In the area of cocoa, we will increase the yield from 1,250 kilograms to 1,750 kilograms by hectare. Through proper farm management, application of high-tech production systems and better producer prices.
Encouragement and inspiration from the Ghanaian government, the farmers and the people, Cargill's factory at Tema is a great example of Ghana moving in the right direction towards more value addition. Beyond processing Ghana cocoa into premium quality cocoa powders and products, Cargill is helping to strengthen the Ghana brand globally by marketing its products to its clients around the world as the good taste of Ghana. As Ghana looks to become a middle-income country in the coming years, it has been working to attract the type of high-level manufacturing that has helped transform many other nations. The opening of Cargill's factory in Tema marks an important milestone on this development path, a path that has been paved by Ghanaian cocoa farmers. The success story of Ghana's cocoa industry also involves the pivotal role played by Cocoa Board, the government agency that ensures the regulation, marketing and quality control of Ghana's cocoa industry. Cocoa Board has the task of encouraging production, processing and marketing of Ghana's high-quality cocoa, coffee and shea nut. At the core of Cocoa Board's mandate is maintaining good relations and upholding the best quality standards for the benefit of Ghana's farmers.
Ghana Cocoa Board itself is the mainstay of the country's economy. And in fact, about 50% of the population is engaged in cocoa farming, or they have some linkage with the benefits from cocoa. So we are looking at the welfare of the cocoa farmer in Ghana. And the statement by the President of the Republic, Professor J.E. Mills, shows clearly that he's interested in the development of the human resource of this country. And farmers, when they obtain a lot of income, shows clearly that we're looking after their welfare. We already have a lot of expatriate processing companies in Ghana. We have heard quite a lot about the achievements of Cargill in Brazil, South America, and we believe that we need to replicate some of these efforts in Brazil, in Ghana. And that is why we have attracted Cargill to come to Ghana. We've created a very fertile environment for Cargill to operate. And we are sure that with all the incentives that will be given by government, maybe some tax rebates and all that, and we providing premium quality beans to Cargill, they'll be able to do a lot of processing for our economy and then create jobs, you know, for the good people of this country.
The road from cocoa pod to delicious chocolate flavor is fascinating and gives us a better knowledge of how cocoa continues to contribute to Ghana's prosperity. Technology and skill transfer, increased tax revenue, and unparalleled value addition are just some of the ways Cargill's investment is changing Ghana's cocoa world for the better. Let's take a journey. From the farmers to the cocoa board, assuring the best in quality, the cocoa beans arrive here at the factory for processing. Michael, a biochemist at Cargill, walks us through the different stages in the on-production process.
We are responsible for quality control from raw materials through to semi-finished products up to finished products. All the finished products as well as the semi-finished products goes for testing. We do test the samples. We also do sensory evaluation to see the flavor and the taste of the product.
The standard of this factory is world-class and equal to similar Cargill factories worldwide. This applies not only to the plant and equipment, but also to facilities such as custom-fitted locker rooms, a well-equipped in-house clinic with resident nurses, and a spacious supervisor's room. Other amenities include a restaurant where employees eat at no charge, personal protective equipment, and a fully air-conditioned factory.
Well, we are very proud to what we have built here in Ghana because it allows us to add value to the excellent quality of the cocoa being produced in Ghana. Here at our factory here in Tema, our first priority is to provide a healthy and safe work environment for our employees. And that starts with everybody be truly engaged. Ghana is a critically important supplier of cocoa to the world market. By adding full value to Ghanaian beans in Ghana, we are able to offer our global customers the distinct quality and distinct flavor characteristic of Ghana cocoa. Our processing plant in Tema is one of the most modern of all Cargill plants worldwide. Products made here are of the highest quality and synonymous of Ghana quality and of Cargill operations.
Cargill has worked hard to become an employer that takes a special interest in each of its employees. The company knows the importance of building a professional team dedicated to their jobs and communities. The company provides direct employment for 180 Ghanaians and indirectly for an additional 200 more Ghanaians who are employed on contract basis. These workers are consistently taken through training and retraining in all the technical operations and processes needed to maintain the safety and efficiency associated with managing this world-class cocoa processing plant. Cargill's local sourcing policy also contributes to the growth and prosperity of the communities within which it operates. The company sources almost all its requirements from the local market, including cocoa beans, warehouse wood pallets, packaging plastics and cartons, uniform fabrics and tailoring services, medical and canteen services, as well as janitorial and security services and maintenance technicians and supplies. By engaging local suppliers, material and talent, Cargill provides a steady stream of income for hundreds of Ghanaians and their families by extension. During the inauguration of the factory in November 2008, Cargill pledged to continue its support of communities in Ghana, a pledge the company had already started honoring in 2006 when construction of the factory started. Over 1,000 Ghanaian contractors were engaged during the construction of the factory, which took nearly 2 million working hours without a lost time accident. Cargill also knows the importance of not just doing well, but doing good. Since July 2006, the company has financed Care International to organize the Cargill Rural Education Project, which helped increase school attendance by 17.5% in 70 cocoa-growing communities, mainly in the Ashanti region. The project also has agricultural experts imparting modern skills to cocoa farmers. Farmers are advised on the correct use of pesticides and good agricultural practices. They are also schooled in the responsible use of fertilizer, farming inputs and farming safety measures, including the use of a stick to open the cocoa pod instead of a cutlass. Farmers were also taught numeric skills, how to keep accounts of incomes from farm produce, the importance of saving at the bank, and how to access credit. Cargill's Farmer Assistance Program has positively impacted the operations of several farmers and has helped to increase cocoa production in the areas covered by the project. And Cargill will continue to provide community programs that will help farmers and benefit communities. In 2007, Cargill, in collaboration with Mercy Ships, a global charity organization, and the Ghana Health Service, built a new maternity ward and operating theatre at the Tema Polyclinic to provide antenatal facilities and care for over 20 communities in Tema and neighboring districts. On December 16, 2009, Ghana's Ministry of Trade, in recognition of Cargill's contribution to cocoa processing in Ghana, conferred a Gold Award on Cargill Ghana Limited during the Ministry's second annual Business and Financial Services Excellence Awards, held under the theme Promoting Ghana's Economic Development.
We honored Cargill because we thought that after having evaluated the company's business and business practices over a range of criteria, we thought that they were one of the most exemplary businesses that we have in the country at the moment. In terms of the application of technology, we looked at their corporate governance, we looked at the transfer of technology, we looked at the use of raw materials, and indeed their business practices. And we thought that as a corporate citizen, and also as a company that was making the effort not only to hire people, but to ensure that they were able to train and develop their staff and to expose them to international best practices in the cocoa industry. We thought that it was a company that was worth recognizing and awarding. Cargill is a major multinational. And so when you have multinationals of the caliber of Cargill setting up business units in your country that are actually manufacturing units, processing units, then what it says is that one, you have the infrastructure to be able to support a business like Cargill, that you have the manpower who can be recruited to work in a company like Cargill, that there is the availability of raw material to sustain a production of the size and of the capacity of Cargill. And so for all of those reasons, it confirms that your country is a good place to do business. And so it's very important for us to attract businesses of the size and caliber of Cargill into our country, because it will have the effect of helping to advertise Ghana as a very important and significant business destination on the West Coast.
130 years after TETTEH QUASHIE first planted cocoa beans, Ghana is entering a new era of agricultural development by processing and adding significant value to its cocoa. The government has declared its intention to achieve the 1 billion ton production mark by 2011 and to add significant value to 60% of Ghana's cocoa right here on Ghanaian soil, thereby retaining the additional revenue that accrues from value addition. Building on this progress will require a lot more work from all stakeholders, but the commitment is clearly there. Ghana has the promise to become the example of how natural endowments can move a nation forward and bring sustainable prosperity to its people. As Ghanaians, we look forward to continuing successes like Cargill's investment for many generations to come. Let's support our government to continue to create the enabling environment that invites flagship investments such as this into our country. They act as Ghana's ambassadors abroad and encourage other global companies to follow suit. Ghana and Cargill, a partnership for progress, supporting Ghanaian farmers, families and people.
Nananum, yede asida mama wono, yema